Mainly, I just wanted to ask basically anything you can offer, any information you could offer about your costume, from your, the wig to the contacts to the boots to even your prop, your boomerang.
Yep.
Any information you can offer about that. Also, anything that you remember about Norma Morrisseau would be amazing.
Okay, yeah, look, Norma Morrisseau, I don't have too much of a memory of. I remember being like in Broken Hill and like in the wardrobe vans. Obviously getting prepped up for the day in my costume. I do remember part of my costume. I guess you might call it makeup, but getting body wash put all over me every day. My costume was cold. Like originally when they first put the costume on me, it was quite, it was cold because it was cold in Broken Hill, especially my feet. And I came up with the idea that I should wear Ugg boots underneath the animal fur that they were going to put around my feet because they were trying to work out how they were going to actually hold it to my feet. So my idea to come up with Ugg boots because they kept me warm and obviously looked really good for the outfit as well. It was a great costume to wear. It was comfortable. It was the type of thing I didn't have to really be careful of. I could, get dirty. So I was always, running around the set and, playing in the dirt, and I didn't have to sort of look after my uniform or my costume because, it didn't matter if it was dirty because it was just animal furs. I think I recall my sort of cape you see me wearing in the night shots, especially when I'm jumping into Mel's car before he takes off, and I'm sitting in the dog seat, with the hurdy-gurdy and winding it. They used the cape because I was obviously colder at night, so it was something to give me sort of protection. And then I also, I guess, part of my costume and prop that I had was my little bag that I had, my belongings in it. And that you obviously see Mel throw out of the car and says, "Skid, come on, kid, go get it." So that was that, and then obviously my boomerang. Most of the time, obviously, I had my the shiny boomerang, and that sort of sat basically like a gun in its holster in my sort of hip, and obviously came out when I had to unleash some deadly force on the Golden Youth. Yeah.
You mentioned a body wash. Was that was it just makeup? Was it like a spray tan or?
It was like a mixture of, I think they used colouring and even dirt and it was like a brown wash that basically just sort of tanned my skin to make me look brown out in the desert.
Okay, yeah. Vernon mentioned the same thing, that he had some sort of kind of tan or something just applied all over himself.
Yeah. Well, this was basically the same thing, and this, it was head to toe in this stuff.
Yeah.
It was just everywhere, and that was probably the longest part of makeup every day. And of course, my wig was sort of from about here backwards, so you had the little bits of blonde on the side were mine.
They bleached that? They bleached the sides of your hair?
The side. I actually sort of recall, I've got a little vision in my head of being in like a room where everyone was getting dye done, and I think even some of the bikers that had the stuntmen that had different colour mohawks, they were getting done, and so the wig was really hard to sort of, because I had to sew it sort of into my hair, and that was a long thing to sort of do in the morning before the day shoot. Yeah, and obviously had to do this every day, and then it all came off at the end of the day. So
sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned contacts.
Yeah, in Sydney I actually got some contact lenses. I recall in Sydney we went to a proper optometrist, and George had come in and had to get suited up, and one was green and one was blue, just for like an effect on my eyes. And out on location, it caused some issues because of the dust that was always getting, sort of brought up, and obviously dust getting underneath the contact lenses. So I had, quite itchy eyes a lot, and a little bit painful, but something that didn't have to wear them all the time, but mainly for close-up shots,
And you weren't used to wearing contacts at that time of your life.
No, definitely not. But it was quite a strange feeling. But I got it pretty much down pat actually how to put it in my eyes myself, and it was pretty cool. And I think it was effective in a couple of scenes that you sort of if you really pause, you'll see it, but you don't really ultimately see it. But you know, it was great for the character.
And what about the boomerangs? You said there were 3 boomerangs?
Yeah, 3 boomerangs. One was like a polished one, a little bit, you know, sort of a little bit like that. This is a replica one. And that was the one you saw me, you know, throw basically and show off to Mel with the blood on it. And then the second one, because they were trying to, you know, the scene where I catch the boomerang, I couldn't catch the boomerang. They kept on trying to throw a wooden one at me, and I couldn't catch it. So they basically got the boomerang and drilled 3 holes in it, and it had fishing line running up to a motor. And then it basically, they just pressed the button and it spun around slowly, and they directed it into my hands, and that was the one I actually got to keep and take home, which I've got at home. You know, I treasure that. And
and they just sped up the film when you caught it. Is that what happened?
Yeah, exactly. They sped up the film, so you know, a little bit of trick photography there. And then the third one was a wooden one wrapped in alfoil or tinfoil, and that was the one you sort of see flying in the air. So yeah.
So the only one you kept was the one with the holes in it.
The one with the holes in it. That's
Did you donate one to the museum?
There is one that's in the museum. Yeah. So at the Mad Max 2 Museum in Silverton. That's where that one now lives, and it's great that it's there.
So it's the one with the holes in it is at the museum, is that right?
No, the ones with the holes in it I've got.
Oh, okay.
The polished one that you sort of see.
The original polished one, the good hero one is there at the museum.
That's in the museum.
Okay. And where's the rest of the costume? Do you know what happened to the whole costume?
No, I don't know. I think George. I have a memory of George ending up with the costume. So yeah, but I don't have any other part of my costume, unfortunately. But yeah, but you know, it'd be actually good to see it one day. I did see George a while ago. I should have asked him about what happened.
Yeah. Do you remember anything about the glove that you had that you caught the boomerang with? Was it chainmail?
That was, you know, obviously the fur glove, and then it had that really big silver sort of metal links on it.
Yeah.
And you know, it was quite a heavy sort of piece to wear, but pretty effective and quite noisy. You know, with the boomerang, like when you grabbed onto the boomerang, you could hear the clinging and the changing from the 2 metals touching each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
No worries at all. Thanks, mate.